What up, Marvin? This is my second video today. This one is about how in our world that I really don't know what I'm gonna name neither one of these videos because I didn't come up with a topic, but how people think that a person is their friend or that they love them because they not willing or they willing to accept their wrongdoing. Let's talk about friendship and love. First of all, God tells us what friendship and love is. It's pretty much the same thing. You considerate, you're kind, you want the best for the person. Basically, that's all it is. You want the best for the person. So you can't say you want the best for somebody if you're gonna push them to wrong or you're gonna allow them to do wrong when you have an effect on if they do wrong or right. So a lot of people you don't have an effect on that. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I make videos, the only reason I post the things I post on Facebook is to change the world. I want to better the world. I'm not saying I'm the answer. I know I'm not the answer. Everything that I come up with when I present it, I present it in the God that's in me. I present it in that way. I'm not saying everything I'm saying is right, but that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the heart to help you to, try to get you to think, to understand, certain things. That's what a friend is. I consider myself a friend to everybody in the world. I'm not saying I am. You might think I'm full of bull. That's fine. But the reason I do it is to spread the love to the world, to let them know, I really genuinely care. I don't have no, I don't look at it like I ain't doing this. I don't want to help nobody. I don't do these videos for publicity or popularity or anything like that. I only do it to help people. To be honest with you, I don't get a lot of views. I don't get a lot of that. If I can help one person, that's good. It's not enough. Well, it is enough, but it's not enough. If I don't really want to explain that, but a friend. A lot of times people think friends are somebody that they hang out with, somebody they cool with, somebody you laugh with, have fun with. That's not what a friend is. A friend is a person who, if I had a friend, I wouldn't push them towards wrongdoing. Do I hang out with friends while they do things that I don't agree with? Yes, I've done it a lot of times. But I also looked at it as they know I've told them what I think about certain things. I have friends. I can't force you to do anything. I can't, physically remove you from certain situations. I've never once told, I've never once told a friend, man, you should have sex with that girl. I've never once told nobody that. I've never once told nobody that. I never once told nobody. I don't tell people to do things that are sinful. That's just not something that comes from me because I understand I don't want you to do that. You know, I don't really tell people what to do either. I'm one of them people that I don't like to tell people what to do. I will tell you what I think about certain things and what my belief system is on how what I believe. But I'm always been a mellow type of guy, laid back. Yeah, I get loud at times or whatever, but I've always been laid back, and I always looked at you do what you want to do. You know, we can discuss it. We know right from wrong, whatever. I like having discussions about God and righteousness and things like that. That's something that I enjoy. I like conversation. Period. Whether it's about sports or whatever, I like conversation. But a friend, just not somebody you hang out with. A friend is gonna, if you're doing something that's wrong, a friend is not gonna big you up in it. You get what I'm saying? I would never, I wouldn't big my friends up in doing anything that I don't believe is right. If I had a friend that was married and it was a woman that we're somewhere and a woman comes up to him and I think, man, she's very attractive. And she says, you know what? I just want to sleep with you. And she's talking to my friend. I'm going to be like, hey, man, you really don't need to do that. You married out. Some people would big their friend up. Man, she fine. That's not your, I don't know why I said big their friend up. Some people will big the guy up. That's not your friend. He don't have your best interests at heart. You have something special at home. He's not even concerned about that. He's more concerned about his image because he wanted to be, I'm hanging out with a dude. He don't have your best interest at heart. That person wouldn't have your best interest at heart. It's the same thing when you have, you know, it's just, I don't know how many times I can think of this. Life is just simple when it comes to certain things about life. Same thing now. I know I was talking about friend and love. Let's talk about the word love. People think loving somebody is being kind or saying, oh, it's okay when they do something that's not right. They think, oh, they should be able to do what they want to do. That's not love. You can't do what you want to do. That's not how life works. Everything has rules and structure to it. You can't just do what you want to do. Yeah, certain things that probably, you can do it and you probably won't get in trouble for it on earth. But, we know right from wrong. So just because you think or you believe it's not harming nobody, when in all cases, all wrongdoing is harming people, which people really don't know that, but all wrongdoing is harming people. But when you just sit back and you say, well, that's how they choose to be. That's fine. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm that way. I'm like, that's how they choose to be. But I would never uphold nobody in wrong. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't. If they come to me with it, I'm gonna tell them, hey, I really don't think, that's just what I believe. This is righteousness. And I'm not gonna force anything down anybody's throat, but we can definitely discuss it. And I try to walk in that light. Not perfect. I know that. I have a lot of things to work on. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every day, I think about what I can do better for when I do have kids, because I want my kids to see certain examples. I don't want them certain things that I do. I know I gotta eliminate this before I have kids. I gotta eliminate this before I get married and things like that. Before I meet that woman, I'm not gonna hide anything from my family. I'm gonna let them know things that was my flaws and things like that, because that's how you bond with your family. I would never keep secrets from anyone, my wife or anything. Anything she has, she's going to know. But the thing is, we have to understand what a friend is. A friend is just not a person that you're cool with and a person that you just accept things they do because you don't want them to never talk to you again. That's not really. You never talk. If I can tell you something that's the truth, we all know what's the truth. Jesus is the truth. If I can tell you something that's the truth, and that's the reason you stop talking to me, I'm fine with that, because my job is to deliver you the truth. That's our job as believers in God, is to deliver the truth. So a lot of times we sit back and we accept certain things. It just certain things don't make sense to me. I've had people tell me. I've had, certain people say certain things like, oh, I couldn't be with a person that this is that. You couldn't be with a person because they want to be righteous. Like, that makes no sense to me at all. That's just me, though. That just don't make no sense to me. But because you just feel like, oh, I just really feel like we should just let people do what they want to do, even if it ain't right. Man, we're gonna allow it. God is allowing it. That's not the point. The point is your walk, your example, your words, what are you working towards? And I mean, this kind of goes back to my last video. I mean, it's just what do you really want? Where do you really want to be? You can say you want to be with God all you want, but if you're sitting here swaying people to do things that you know they shouldn't do, where do you really want to be? It's just certain stuff I don't get. I just don't understand how people can sway people to do things that they know or it's just not right for them. I just don't understand that. I would not push you into saying I wouldn't do that. I've never been with one of my friends saying you should have hit him in the face. It's just not something I would do. It's just it makes no sense to me. And we just don't have a concept of what a real friend is, because we so bought up into, oh, we cool, we hang out, you know what I'm saying? We around each other all the time. Oh, I met your family, this is that. And we confuse love with our emotions and our feelings. Your emotions and your feelings does not mean you love somebody. Because one day if you're distributing everything off your emotions, when they do something to you that you just cannot believe that they did to you, what is your feeling gonna be? Oh, I hate them. Because people say, oh, there's a thin line between love and hate. Love is unconditional. So that means that in all conditions, whatever they do to you, you're going to love them. That's what that means. So it's no such thing as a thin line between love and hate. That's just your emotions. There's a line between your emotions of whether you're gonna like this person or dislike this person, or like this person or hate this person. But love is that's a permanent thing. It's forever. It's nothing I can do to make you stop loving me. You know what I'm saying? So I know who loves me. I know it could be zero. It's possible because it's not going to be zero because we know Jesus and God loves them. But I'm saying as far as beside them, it can be zero because you could do something to somebody and they could hate you the next day. So I mean, just because you have an emotion for somebody because y'all been hanging out for so long or whatever you want to call it, doesn't mean you love them. So we have to understand that that's not love. That's just your emotion. Love is kind. Love is. We just have to understand what these things are. A person think they're your friend because it just kills me. I've never even you don't even have to be somebody that I'm really cool with or anything. I never gave something to somebody or did something for somebody, and when they didn't do it for me, I was like, "Oh, I did this for you." I didn't do it for you to give anything back to me. I did that out of the kindness of my heart. I did that because I wanted to. I did that because I wanted to help you out in a time of need. I'm not saying you're human. I understand if you do something, somebody you'd be like, dang man, I would think when I'm in a bind that it's kind of messed up. I understand that, but me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just not something that I really dwell on because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't expect it's just certain stuff I don't expect. I just don't expect it. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying that I expect it not to be, but I'm just saying I just don't live my life like that. I don't live my life at, I'm gonna do this for them so I can get something in return. I ain't never did nothing for somebody so I can get something in return from them. I don't do that. If I do something, it's because I want to do it for you. I didn't do it because I wanted to put a leash on you or you owe me. Nobody owes me anything in life. Nobody owes me anything. The only person that will owe me something is my wife. She will owe me her commitment. I'm not going to say owe me, but I don't know what word to use for it, but that's, when you committed, that's your promise. So that's her promise to me. That's my promise to her. But nobody owes you anything. I can go get somebody $5,000 today, and he can tell me I'm going to pay you back next week, and he can never pay me back for the rest of his life. He don't owe me that money. Yeah, as a man, but I say, man, I wish he would have gave me my money back. But he don't owe you anything. Nobody really owes you anything. I don't think we understand that as a concept of life. If he choose not to pay you back, just be like, I know not to give him $5,000 anymore. But don't give it to him just because. And let's say you give it to him and he pays you back, and then when you ask for some money, say you just ask for $100 and he say I don't have it, be like, oh, I gave you $5,000. It's not. We have to understand what a friendship is. You know what I'm saying? A friendship is he needed it or she needed it. I gave it. Or not just money. I don't want to use just money as an example. Just anything. Some you're in bed and you really got to get up in the morning and somebody needs you to do something really fast and they really need you to do it, but you're tired and when you do it for them, it's because you truly love them. It's not about your emotion with it. It's just about really don't feel like doing this because you're gonna be in your feelings about it. Probably I don't want to do it, but you do it because when you genuinely love somebody, you really want to see them do good and you want to push them towards righteousness. Pushing them towards sin lets you know that it's not a friendship. And in our lives, you can have two people. One of them can be the friend of the other, but that one cannot be the friend of them. They can both be friends, or they can neither one of them be friends. How many times have you heard, oh, we're not friends anymore? You were never friends if that came to it. You were never friends. And a lot of people can watch that part where I say you were never friends and say, yeah, that person was never my friend. Were you ever their friend? Because if y'all not friends anymore, you have a phone just like they have a phone, most likely. Call them. Apologize. If you don't have to apologize, say, hey, I don't have any ill feelings towards you. I will let anybody know in the world I don't have no ill feelings towards anybody in the world, ever. None. Zero. Zilch. I don't have it. But we live in a world where everything is based off of emotion and everybody's sensitivity. And when you're dealing with right and wrong, you have to take your emotions out of it. And my new thing for people is, if you haven't talked to God about what you're talking to me about, you haven't got the answer. So go talk to God about it, and you're going to get the answer.